Welcome to my crystal collection video series. This is part 10, which is the final part of the entirety of my series, showcasing my crystal collection. If you haven't seen any other of those videos, you should probably go, watch them in order, because I will probably be referencing crystals that I've already spoken about then, and so I won't be going into any further detail. So if you want to have an understanding of what I'm talking about, you might want to go do that. But now that it's all said and done, let's just jump right in. And we are going to start this video off with my fire quartz with hematite druzy specimen. So what makes fire quartz is its inner red streaks caused by inclusions of hematite. So not only is there hematite inside of all the quartz, but also outside you can see some druzy, which causes this sort of, piece to sparkle. And yeah, it kind of almost gives off a metallic sheen to it as well, which is kind of nifty. Up next, I have here my tourmalinated quartz large sphere, and it's exactly as it sounds, meaning that it's clear quartz with black tourmaline embedded within the crystal. And technically, it doesn't have to be specifically black tourmaline, but for the majority that's cut and polished and carved, it is, since other colored varieties of tourmaline, they're not as common as black. So therefore, they hold more value. And if you're not aware, pieces tend to stay raw when they're not as common, or if they're high grade, they also tend to, just keep it raw, because cutting and polishing and all that process tends to create a lot of wasted material, right? So they tend to like to keep those more rare crystals raw in the raw form, so there's no waste, which makes sense. So yeah. Next up, I have my vanadinite specimen. So it's primarily found in the oxidization zone of lead deposits in arid climates. The more famous localities is in Arizona, which is in the US, and Morocco. This specimen here is from Morocco. Colors range from brownish red, orangish red, and orangish yellow. And what I like to call lobster red, which is the color of my vanadinite, because it just reminds me of the color of cooked lobster. It's definitely a red. Alright, my next piece is one that continuously gets mislabeled, has been for a long time now, and which a lot of people have no idea of this marketing scam. And that piece is my red aventurine small tower. Now this crystal, for the majority of the time, gets mislabeled as strawberry quartz. The reason why this has happened is due to the actual strawberry quartz being extremely rare and is all but mined out by this point now. I think it was mined out in Mexico since 10 years ago, and the other locality is Kazakhstan, which has been mined out now for a few years prior from now. So I'm going to put on screen a photo of strawberry quartz, okay? Can you see the difference between these two materials? Because they do look different. And that's because this piece here that I have isn't even quartz. It's quartzite. What is quartzite? Well, it's a metamorphosized sandstone with quartz grains that's been naturally cemented with silica, formed by recrystallization through regional or thermal metamorphosis. Sometimes in that metamorphic formation, other mineral components get stuck within, turning the white quartzite different colors. Most common is green, but also includes yellow, blue, and yes, red. We call this aventurine. Aventurine, unlike strawberry quartz, is really common. And I think the whole reason why it was rebranded as strawberry quartz is because obviously strawberry quartz is not common. And for whatever reason, this mislabeling just really took hold and it stuck. It's been mislabeled now for a while, and it's mislabeled all the time. All the time. And because this trick worked so well, what wholesalers have done now have even started to claim that there is an even more rarer, elusive strawberry quartz that's green that's been recently found. You can probably tell where this is going. Yeah, green strawberry quartz is not green strawberry quartz. It's green aventurine, which is actually more common than red. It's even more common than red. So not more rare, definitely more common, and more common of a common crystal. Nothing close to being strawberry quartz whatsoever. Obviously, you could tell this does frustrate me, especially just because it's just lies, right? And it's lies to sell product. There's a word for this. It's called fraud. And I don't see this changing. The crystal industry is a big money-making industry. And there's no oversight, and I doubt there's going to be any oversight. These international wholesalers are making bank. And there's not really much you can do about it, except be responsible. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I mean, I try to stay really vigilant and, well-versed. And I'm not even a seller. I'm just a customer. So it's sort of up in the air how much responsibility is with, smaller businesses who are purchasing through wholesale and reselling, to the market in their, country or whatever. But it's still some responsibility lands on your shoulders because you are still reselling to people, and you need to be well versed yourself. You need to look into the mineral that you're purchasing first. You need to ask questions like where they're getting their supply, like their material from, like what mines in particular. You need to make sure to cut them off if ever they sell you crap. Like if they sell you something and you come to find out later that it's dyed or mislabeled, and you confront them and they say something like, oh, you didn't ask, so I never brought it up. Cut them off because they will try to scam you again. They will keep being fraudulent. They should be upfront right away when you're purchasing what's, man-made, lab-created, dyed, all of that stuff. There's no reason why they wouldn't. You'll even see some of them, some wholesalers have links to supposed mining videos. I've caught one of these wholesalers on Instagram where they're obviously mining fake crystals that they placed in the ground, and they are obviously glass, dyed glass, and like dyed aura quartz. But yeah, I've seen one of these wholesalers where they literally are stealing people's content and putting it on their Instagram page, claiming that it's them, that they're mining, it's mining videos. It's not them. I know some of the videos. I know those people who actually made the content, and yeah, it's not them. They are literally stealing other people's content, like rockhounds and miners and stuff like that, to legitimize their crap. And going on to their store site, which is linked in the Instagram, I see actual smaller sellers, following them. Why? Like, that's a total red flag. And you know what? Because they are stealing content, which is even more outrageous, I am going to link this person's Instagram or this wholesaler's Instagram page because they really should get dragged. I've already reported them. I've told the person that of the stolen content what they are doing with their content. And yeah, so you can go take a look at what I'm talking about. Or if you don't, you can even find them on YouTube. You could just type in Chinese mining crystals, and it'll pop up all these, pages of videos, or channels, of videos with fake mining, where they've put obvious fakes in the ground, obvious, enhanced or even polished to cut carvings of crystals, and pretend that they mined them. It's just so stupid. But yeah, totally dragging them out on this channel because There's no need for this. This is just blatant fraud. I just want to say that there's nothing wrong with aventurine. I think it's a really pretty crystal, in particular the red variation. And just because something might be common doesn't automatically make it unworthy of a personal value to you and your collection if you enjoy it, if you find it aesthetically pleasing. And that's all I really have to say about that. Okay, now we are finally at the last piece of my collection, as it stands now anyways. That is with my erythrite specimen. Erythrite is actually in the Vivianite family. It has this beautiful red wine coloring, and the crystals are usually quite smaller in size. This one has a relatively big crystal here. It's definitely more rare to come by though. The most popular specimens come out of Morocco, which includes this specimen here. It too, like Vivianite, is also extremely fragile and soft, landing at around 2 on the Mohs scale. And with that, I'm officially done showing you all of my crystal collection. Except I had just cleared up some open boxes with a few sellers, which were then sent out and to be delivered to me. And if you haven't a clue of what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to open boxes, well, in terms of sellers, what some of them will allow is that you can buy a few crystals here and there every single time they, show off some of their new product, and you just pay for it and they put it in an open box, and you can keep it open for various amounts of time depending on the seller. And when you want it to be shipped to you, like when you're done, you could just, ask them to close the box and then they'll ship it to you. That way you can save money on shipping costs. If you are interested in what I purchased, fortunately I decided to do a few unboxing videos and film me opening up the boxes and seeing what crystals I purchased. So if that is something that interests you, be on the lookout for that, because that will be coming soon. And yeah, I've got 4 sellers I'm going to be unboxing. So I will link the 4 sellers in the description below when I post that video. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, and just thanks for watching, and I'm really glad that I got such lovely feedback from people who really seem to enjoy these videos, so that makes me really happy. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye!